In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Kai Sotto's latest game against Melbourne, and this is actually one of those players that we can learn a ton from because he does make some mistakes that we can improve ourselves because a lot of people do it, but also he does a ton of things amazing that we can learn from. So let's get down and let's check out Kai Sotto. Okay, so in this first clip, he's setting a screen and roll for the point guard. He is wide open in the high post, and instead of what happens is he doesn't get hit early enough. What should have happened is that should have been a quick pass into the middle because then that gives Kai Sotto options because he's got a player who's wide open and there's a help defender who's coming towards the middle. If he got that ball a bit earlier, that could have been a cut baseline, pass, alley-oop, dunk, something, but instead he gets the ball too late. He then gets double teamed. The mistake here was this defender should have dropped down a bit farther because this would have been an easy pass to the cutting player baseline, but instead Kai Sotto did make the mistake as well as to shoot the ball and get blocked. You should know where these players are coming from right away. If we rewind back here, yes, he's looking at the ball, but when he's coming off right here, he shouldn't be worried about what's happening with the ball. He should be scanning the court to know what's going on. As soon as he gets to that high post, that's when he needs to turn around so that when he gets that ball, and of course he would have been set up for success if he actually got the ball earlier, but he got the ball way too late. But knowing that there's two players on him, now he's looking over his shoulder. He should not be worried about dribbling or shooting. He should be worried about passing the ball. That shot fake can work as a deterrent to get these guys up into the air, but he should have done a quick bounce pass. There's a wide open lane passing right here. He's got long enough arms to do it, and he could have made that pass. He didn't. He got blocked. Here's another slight mistake that he made in the low post. He knocked that guy pretty hard, which is okay. I am 100% okay with you playing physical in the low post. However, from this angle, we can actually see what he could have actually done differently. Instead of knocking that guy in the face, he could have actually done it better. He could have actually raised his elbow up just a bit higher to smack the guy. Either way. But what he should have done is extended that foot a bit farther, so that way his shoulder would not have extended past his foot. As soon as your shoulder extends past your foot, as we see here, his shoulder's well past his foot, that's going to be an offensive charge, and that is what they called. It also doesn't help that he lifted his elbow up that high. If you're going to lift it up that high to knock a guy, knock it a bit higher. I didn't say that. That's not me talking. Anyways, that is why he got called for that foul. This next one just comes with age and experience. Right here, he gets that ball and he takes a little bit too much time. He actually has his head down when he's looking to pivot to look at the rim. If he was to actually catch that ball and look over his head right away at this point, he would have seen this player cutting and he would have had the open lane for the player. He could have passed that. That could have been probably an easy dunk. And then it allowed that defender to get in front and get position. And because that player was able to get position, he was able to pick off that pass. That was just too late of a pass, and if he was to make it quicker, he would have been fine. In this next play, we can see that, of course, he's able to get that offensive rebound and go up for that putback. That's fantastic. I really like the fact that he stayed on that post. A lot of younger players will pop out to the corner thinking that they'll get that lob kick pass out and they can dunk it or drain a three, but instead, he stayed on that opposite side, which is fantastic. He goes up, he grabs the ball with two hands, he keeps that ball slightly too low in my opinion, but that's okay. He actually kept it roughly around his chest, which is fine, and he was able to go back up with that left hand. As we can see here, he definitely brings it to his chest, that's okay. You just don't want to bring it down to your waist or else smaller players are going to start hacking away at it. And as long as you keep it chest or higher, you're generally okay to go back up. What he does here as well is something that I really like seeing players do, and that is that tip right there. So instead of going up and trying to go up with two hands and potentially getting the over the back call, because if he was to go over with his left hand, that would have definitely been a foul call on him. And instead, all he has to do is just tap it back, get it with two hands at that point, and then he looks for the outlet right away. This is fantastic. This is what you want to do as a player. Get that defensive rebound by tapping it to yourself. If you cannot get good position to get that rebound, get your head up, looking down court for that outlet pass, and he's able to get it down court quickly. And I'm going to tell you right now, if that point guard was better, he would probably been able to get this guy an open layup. I hate saying negative things about players without saying what they can do to fix, so I'm going to say this right here. Kai Sotto did a fantastic job. He's cutting straight to the rim. He's got his hand up. He's literally looking at the point guard to pass to him. However, the point guard has that lane to pass. He could get that bounce pass through, and if he was a really good passer, he could put a little bit of English on the ball to make it spin back this way to help Kai Sotto out. But either way, that didn't happen. He then now, at this point in opportunity, he could have sent the lob pass here. Didn't. He waited 1-2 more dribbles and then sent Kai Sotto a pass underneath the rim for the dunk. I'm not going to say that that's a bad decision because, of course, it ended up with a basket, but this is a much riskier pass, and it gets Kai Sotto in a dangerous location where when he goes up for that dunk, he could have two aggressive players who are coming down, and they could hit him in the back of the head. They could. There's so many negatives that could have happened to Kai Sotto in that location where, as a point guard, you're not just trying to get assists and score, you're also trying to put your teammates into success land. And to be able to set Kai Sotto up for success on this drive would be to potentially get that bounce pass through earlier on right there, or right here, a little bit of a lob pass, slight lob, not big. And a one-hand lob pass to him could have been able to get to him easily, and he could have had a dunk earlier on in this possession. He didn't have to get into a precarious situation where there's two defenders coming down on his back. So because of that, yes, Kai Sotto did a good job in this possession. His point guard didn't, however. This is fantastic help defense as well. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can block shots like that. So to come from the help side, when you've got a player who's driving on the right side, as an example, watch this. He takes his dribble, gathers on his left foot, takes one step, and he brings that left knee up. This is actually a fantastic move because now, as the offensive player, you can see that there's Kai Sotto coming down. You want to get off one foot to try to throw off his timing, but what you want to do is to not bring your left knee up as high as he did there. And of course, potentially one step and probably not finger roll it. Probably not the greatest idea. If you're going to go one step, you probably want to, in my opinion, take that step and go straight up here and not continue through. Straight up in the air. You can drive that knee. That's going to help you. You're already in position. That guy's, your main defender's well behind you. Go straight up and overhand shot, overhand layup. That would have been able to get that ball higher off glass so that Kai Sotto would not be able to block it there. You want to try and get that ball as high as you can and as fast as you can off the glass because then he ain't going to block it. 7-footers can block you anywhere. We can kind of see a good slow motion right here where drives that knee up, which is fine. That tells this Kai Sotto that yes, he's going up for a layup. He's not taking a secondary step. And because of that, he needs to go straight up. He does not want to float forward as he is here. And you also don't want to do a finger roll. I can see his palm. You don't want to do a finger roll in this situation. It's going to get blocked. You want to overhand, layup, high off glass. Really high off glass. That is going to make it so that he can't block you because even Dwight Howard can't block you up there. So here's a little bit of a mistake that he made here as well, and what we're seeing is his footwork, and his footwork is normally really good. However, he did make a mistake here, and it's a mistake that he's made before, and that is he brings his feet way too close. You don't want to be keeping your feet that close, especially if you don't have crazy fast foot speed. You want to try to keep them as wide as you can because now if he takes, instead of a step over towards that right side, if he was to take a quick hop over there, keeping his feet wide, and then that player continues out towards this right side, that's just another short hop that he could take to try and take a charge or at least cut off that drive. But then that player just gets past him because he doesn't have fast enough foot speed to bring his feet close together or technically potentially cross them as we see here. And because of that, if he was to keep them wide and be able to take a quick hop and then another hop over, he could have actually cut that off and at least stopped that drive from happening. I don't know why they keep on missing Kai Sotto in the low post. It is quite concerning, and he's kind of, you can tell, getting upset by that. But never put your head down and run away from the play. But I understand that he's trying to clear out for the screen and roll. But please, if you play for this Adelaide team and you're watching this video, please tell your guards and people to actually pass it to Kai Sotto. Like, at this point, he catches that ball. He's literally looking at Kai Sotto. He could have taken that one dribble and did a quick one-handed just bullet pass past that player, try to get it as close to his head as possible without hitting him in the head, and you would be able to get that pass to Kai Sotto, and there would be nothing. I could have made that pass, and I'm old and can't play basketball at this level anymore. So definitely, guys, like, look at Kai Sotto. And if you're Kai Sotto watching this right now, just start cursing at your teammates and say, get me the ball. Seriously, get me the ball. And I'm not talking about on the court. Like, when you sit down for your timeout or when you sit down at the end of a practice and say, you guys keep on missing me in the low post. And then maybe throw in a couple of curse words. And then here again, we see that a man drops off, plays help defense. Kai Sotto has an open lane. This could have been an easy bounce pass through to Kai Sotto. But nope, didn't get the pass and also drew the charge. Oh, the block. That is a charge in my books, but they called a block. The point guard got lucky. Also, you guys need to pass a bit better because that's just a bit too high. That's a good idea. Try to aim. So when you're doing a lob pass to a player, try to aim. It doesn't matter if they're 7 feet tall or not. Try to aim it so that it hits the bottom of the backboard. The reason for that is it's in perfect location for pretty much anybody who can touch the rim to be able to get an alley-oop. And if you can hit right here, that would have been just a massive slam. And by passing it to the top corner of that square, which I understand some players, even when I played, people said pass to the top corner. No, I don't. You're not Russell Westbrook or Dwight Howard. You're not going to catch that. The bottom of the backboard, the simplest alley-oop you'll ever do. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.